Hey guys, I'm Little Art Demon and welcome to my channel. And on today's video I decided to make a drawing, but not digitally. I decided to make some traditional art because I just bought some new markers and I wanted to test them out, and I also had some ideas that I think would look great on traditional art. So let's just get into it. The first thing that I did was just grab my sketchbook and start sketching the idea that I had, and that idea was inspired by something that I've been doing lately a lot, and that something is programming. I never thought I would be saying that, but I am actually enjoying programming right now. I had 2 semesters of programming in college and I didn't really like it that much. I learned a little bit, but it wasn't something that I really loved doing. But right now I am programming a little bit on my own and I've been actually having a lot of fun. It's a little bit complicated, I'm not a pro at it, but I'm enjoying myself and that's what matters to me. For those of you who may be curious, I am working on a project that I'm making on RPG Maker. And as you may know, RPG Maker is a platform where you can create games, and I have a game idea in mind that I'm trying to develop. It's on the very early stages, so I'm not sharing a lot right now. I was sharing a little bit on Instagram and Patreon. Those links are in the description. Patreon is free, so if you want to see, you can just see. You don't need to pay anything. But I decided to pause the sharing because I was sharing things that I don't know if they will be in the game or if they will be in the game exactly as I was sharing them. So I just decided to take a step back and actually focusing on creating the games and fleshing out the ideas before actually sharing everything with all of you guys. But anyway, this isn't necessarily about the game, it's about just this new hobby, I guess, that I picked up on, and it's been really fun to program, so I decided to create this character that is based on myself, so as you'll be able to see, the hair will be similar and all of those stuff that I usually draw myself with, but it will be kind of if it was in a world where technology is just more advanced than ours. So I'll be drawing myself with an outfit that I usually wear when I'm just at home, at least in the summer. That is a t-shirt and some shorts. That's my PJ, so that's usually what I'm wearing around the house. And I also drew some shoes on this time, but then I removed them and I just put on some socks on the drawing because I usually don't wear sneakers around the house, so it felt more appropriate. I also added some headphones because when I'm on the computer I really like to be listening to YouTube videos or music or something like that, just to keep my head busy. And I also drew some gloves that are similar to the ones that I have on my digital table, those that help you not touch the surface or the screen with your hand so that it just flows better when you are drawing. I also added a little bit of a sci-fi element because I did some cables going on my body, like on the elbows and on the knees, and also a couple on the neck, because it just felt a little bit appropriate, because if it's going to be on a different world where technology is more advanced, maybe technology is just a part of people now. Besides that, the character is practically done, the concept is all here, and I just added some floating screens to create some more dimension to the drawing. Now that we have all the ideas already on paper, let's create the actual finishing piece. And as you can see, I'm just starting with some coloring pencils. I'm using the pink now, but there is also a little bit of purple and blue, as you can see there on the side. And I decided this would be a great color palette for the drawing because it will look very magical, or I don't know if magical is the right word, but it will just look out of this reality, if that makes sense. I've been having a lot of fun just making drawings with more unrealistic colors lately. I don't know why is that, but I've been enjoying it and it's something that I want to keep incorporating into my art. But anyway, as you can see in the drawing, I'm switching between the different coloring pencils, and that's because I wanted different parts of the character to have different colors. So I decided to incorporate this already in the sketch phase with the coloring pencils, because I think it would just look better if the coloring pencils underneath were already some different colors. I had sketched the pose before so that it will be easier to do this process, Here's a picture of it. I just sketched right next to that concept. I didn't record it because my phone is been having a little bit of trouble recording longer videos, so I just skipped that part. But here is the drawing and I'm trying to recreate it here. I had to make a few adaptations, like that leg for example, that was a little bit too long for the maple, so I just bent it a little bit. But I think that first sketch of the pose really helped throughout all of this process. So as you can see right now, I sketched most of it in pink, but some of the details I already made the other colors and I'll be coming with the blues to draw the outfit. I kept my t-shirt blue because I just think that's how I imagine myself. I don't know why I have a lot of colored t-shirts and I actually don't have a lot of blue t-shirts, but that's just the way that I decided to do it, because on my avatar I already have a blue shirt, and because the color palette that I chose was pink, purple and blue, I decided to keep the shirt blue. As you can see, the shorts are also blue, but they are a different color and they will be a different color when it comes to the markers too. And I was actually really happy with how those two different blues turned out, because they didn't clash with each other, they looked good together, so that was a good thing. I tested all the colors before doing the drawing so that I could choose the markers that I wanted to use instead of just trying them on the actual finished drawing and then not liking the colors. So I just picked the ones that I liked. I had tested a lot of markers and I really chose the ones that I thought fit the most. And I also did a little thumbnail of the drawing so that I could see the colors working together, and I came up with the ones that you'll be able to see in a minute. But before the markers, I painted the drawing with the pencils because I wanted to have that layer underneath with the colors to just give it a little bit more of a pop of color and also a little bit more of texture. I thought about doing blue, purple and pink pens for the line art, but I decided to just go with the purple so that all the drawing would have the same color on the line art, but it was also the color in the middle of blue and pink, so that's what I ended up doing. It was in this stage that I actually drew the eyes again. It was a little bit hard because I couldn't see the original lines, but I managed to do them and I think they turned out okay. But it was a little bit hard because I drew the visor on top, as I said, and I couldn't really see the line art of the eyes. But regardless of that, I think the line art turned out good. I could see the drawing underneath, even with the markers on top for the most part. I did some mistakes on the shirt, but I just added an extra line and it ended up looking good in the end. And then I just added the highlights, as you'll be able to see. But with that, we are already in the end of the video, so don't forget to leave a like if you like this one, comment down below if you like these types of video, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. I'm trying to upload every Wednesday, and also I'm making some shorts now too, so keep in tune with that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!